The Triumph Daytona 660 is back. In this video, I'll tell you everything you need to know about the new Daytona 660s. And with that, welcome to another 1000 PS TV video. The time has come. The Triumph Daytona 660 is making a return to the Triumph lineup. Maybe it's no longer a surprise for some of you because there have already been some leaked spy shots online, but now it is certain that this Daytona 660 won't come back the same it has been. Looking back to the 2010s, we had a thoroughbred supersports bike with 3 cylinders up against the entire Japanese competition in the 600cc class. That is no longer the case. So Triumph now moves the bike to a different class to cater to a broader audience. Yes, the 600cc supersports are celebrating a small renaissance, which we would never have thought in reality. But if you want to make money and if you want to reach a lot of people, then you have to focus on sports bikes for the road these days. And that's what they did with the new Daytona 660. So what are sports bikes for the road exactly? Well, they're usually bikes that are based on naked bikes, have a maximum of 95 horsepower, and are designed to offer a mix of sportiness and everyday practicality. The new Daytona 660 is based on the Triumph 660, a well-known naked bike that we really love. But it goes one step further, especially when it comes to the engine. Although we have the familiar 660cc 3-cylinder engine, it has been further developed and now delivers 95 horsepower at 11,250 RPM and 69 Newton meters of torque at 8,250 RPM. That's quite an increase compared to the Trident, which had 81 horsepower and 64 Newton meters. In other words, there is already a significant increase compared to the Trident. The question naturally arises, does Triumph now keep the engine exclusively for the Daytona, or will we perhaps see a new Trident 660 at the end of the year? Well, only time will tell. Not to forget the Tiger Sport, which is also still on sale. It would also benefit from a few more horses as it weighs a little more. But in any case, we now have this newly developed engine in the Daytona 660. In Europe, you can restrict it for A2 license compliancy, and after 2 years, once you're an adult, you get to ride it at its full power. A great option will be the quick shifter with blipper function, which sadly doesn't come as standard. From our experience with the Trident and the Tiger Sport, however, we can say that this option suits the engine very well. This rev-happy engine is a real joy. It offers a great punch at low RPMs and at high RPMs thanks to its nature. And blipping through all the gears with the quick shifter is simply a joy you can't describe. In other words, we now have high expectations of the new engine in the Daytona 660. Now with more power and the quick shifter, it could be a really cool, road-oriented, sporty bike. Yes, Triumph does say in the press release that you can use it on the racetrack. But like all the bikes in this class, you can ride it on smaller tracks probably like the Pannonia Ring, but its strength really lies on the road. The components underline exactly this. The bike comes with a Showa 41mm big piston upside down fork at the front and a Showa spring at the rear. The fork is non-adjustable. The shock only in its preload. This means that it won't be perfect on track as you need adjustable suspension. It offers a pleasant ride on the road, but like I said, it won't help you chase the 10th of a second on the racetrack. And I think that's totally fine. That's okay. The standard tires it comes with are the Michelin Road 6, which is a good tire for everyday use, and the whole bike only weighs 201 kilograms. In other words, it's a sporty bike that is still suitable for everyday use. Another awesome thing is the seat height of 810 millimeters. but you can also get the lowered seat, which reduces the seat height by 25 millimeters. In other words, you actually take the good virtues of the Trident, suitability for everyday use, accessibility for beginners, and pack it all into a fully clad sports bike that goes by the legendary name Daytona. The good virtues can also be seen on the display, plainly derived from the Tiger Sport 660. It is actually the same unit as on the Trident, but you can tell from the shape that it is taken from the Tiger Sport. It is also used in the Street RRR. In other words, a familiar unit that works very well. It combines a TFT display with a small LCD. It's nothing particularly beautiful or special, I'm not gonna lie, but it's functional. It offers modern features. I can connect my phone if I want to. And it also gives me all the information I want in an easy-to-read format. And there's even a new riding mode. If we look at the Trident, we have the road and rain riding modes. But since this is the more sporty Daytona, we get a sport riding mode. The riding modes change the throttle response and traction control. The traction control can be switched off entirely if you wish to. This means that if you're really out on the racetrack and want to feel everything happening, you can switch it off. But we have already seen on the Trident that these riding modes are very well tuned. Therefore, we have high hopes for the Daytona 660. And we are sure that the riding modes are nicely tuned and really will offer a nice mix between sportiness and comfort. The fairings, or rather the windshield, is very useful for wind protection when compared to a naked bike. The ergonomics are sporty, yes, but still comfortable. You have clip-ons, yes, but they are mounted relatively high. You will have more weight on the front wheel thanks to the clip-ons, but you'll still be able to ride all day long without having any back issues. The price of the Daytona 660 will be 9,795 euros in Germany. That is 500 euros more than the Trident 660, and it will be available at the end of March 2024. Just a quick look at the competition. Now, I've been talking about this class of road sports bikes throughout the video. And what would be other examples of bikes in this class? I'd say a great example would be the Honda CBR 650R or the new Suzuki GSX R8R. These are all exciting bikes, of course, but then we also have the Yamaha and the Yamaha R7 and the Kawasaki Ninja 650, which are already well known. But this is a cool addition to the lineup, to the family, so to say, because now we have the 2-cylinder bikes from Kawasaki or Yamaha, the Ninja or the R7. We have a 3-cylinder bike from Triumph and a 4-cylinder bike from Honda. Now that means we can expect an exciting and very sporty year in 2024. We will of course test all of these bikes as soon as possible and then start our comparison tests. Let me know in the comments which comparison test you would like to see with the Daytona 660. Thank you for watching, subscribe if you haven't, and see you in the next video. Bye bye!